All right, you guys ready?
Ready.
This only happens once a year. This is called the super demo. Not just any demo. This is like Thursday before you get paid, and the only thing you have is leftovers in the fridge. You take all of it and you throw it in a giant pot, stir it up and cook it, and then that's dinner. That's what the super demo is. So it's everything we have that we showed at the show today. Along the way, if you have any questions, please make sure you jump up and ask them. We are all friends here. I just want you to know that. To all my vendors, fellow vendors, competitors, thank you for listening. Scoops. Okay, I don't know if you know this or not. Boom. What's that? Can anybody tell me what that is? Those are profiles. We now have a whole full line selection of profiles at MAPEI. Why? Because you know we make mortar, you know we make waterproofing membrane, you know we make grout, you know we make all of those things. It's time to start filling in the little gaps so we can complete the system. So, we have profiles, all kinds of them. There's actually a total of like 4,000 of them or over of different profiles. Some of the cooler ones that we have, and just without giving the trade secrets away, we purchased the company. We liked what they had and we purchased the company. But one of the cooler ones is this profile that fits in between pieces of tile and has LED light strip on it, and it's lit up. And at night you can control the light. And so the bottom row of that light can be lit up where it can actually be motion activated. Really cool stuff. So in case you don't know, we got us some profiles. The other thing we have is a pedestal system. You're like, what? Yeah, we have a pedestal system. By the way, for I'm just gonna go over these quickly. For more information, MAPEI booths right there. You can see it. See the color of my jacket? Look at the color of that back wall right there. It is right over there. Stop on by. But we have a pedestal system. Pedestal system goes all the way up to 36 inches. I can go ahead and take the top head off and add a track to it. There's a different head that'll go on, and now we have a track. We can put real wood plank, we can put porcelain, fake looking wood plank, whatever the manufacturers make. Now there's several manufacturers. We just looked at one on the Italian side over here. I didn't know they made a beautiful 12-inch wide by 4-foot wood plank that's 3/4 of an inch thick that would fit perfectly right in through here. So imagine that being outside. You would carry that ambiance of your house. I live in South Florida, and one of the things about living in South Florida is you spend a lot of time living outside. If you have a problem with that, move to Kansas. The South Florida is not for you. But I spend 80% of my time outside, and my indoors is now transferred to my outdoors. I have custom wood floors inside of my house. I have custom travertine outside on my patios, and all around the outside, I have a covered porch, built-in TV, jacuzzi. I can sit in the jacuzzi and watch TV. Life is good. As you can tell, life is good. I've been living the good life on my back porch, especially during COVID these last couple of years. So make sure we have a pedestal system that covers all kinds of different arrays. But wait, if you act now, I have what I like to call spinny caps, but it's a leveling system. Now, here's the advantage to our leveling system as compared to someone else's. First off, I have this bottom plate on here. So when I twist it, it doesn't slide and scratch my tile. If I have mortar or something stuck up underneath there and I'm twisting it on, it'll scratch the tile. The other thing is, imagine if I'm doing a plank floor like this, let's just say 1,000 feet. How many of these am I gonna have? 5 per board? Let's just call it. That would be 5,000 of these. So 5,000 times in a row, I would have to do this. Oh. And then at the end, that's 5,000. Oh, but wait, are we done, Dario? No, I smack it with a hammer. That's the good part, right? Get swing a hammer, knock something, break something. Who doesn't like that? pick it up, and now I'm gonna do this 5,000 more times. I'm gonna get carpal tunnel syndrome. This is not a good thing, okay? So the other option is, we're gonna go here. I grab it, I pinch it, I slide it on, I give it 2 twists, I'm done. At the end, I pinch it, I slide it off, I'm done. And this is reusable multiple times, time and time again. This is what gets thrown away. This is what stays down on the bottom, down below. This gives me my spacing, so we go from 1/16 of an inch up to like 3/8 of an inch on the spacing. It gives you options, it saves your wrist, saves you time, and it makes sure. By the way, you don't have to sit here and torque these down and crank them down. Just a little bit of pressure. If the mortar's still wet, it's going to apply the pressure on the bottom of this and gently lift it up. It's going to send that mortar and gently lift it up or gently push it down. I'm not trying to mechanically crank that thing down. I just need to put a little bit of pressure on there to even it out. We have wedges. We also have wedge systems if this is a bit complicated for people. I saw a YouTube video the other day and the guy was just like, he's spinning the pinchy cap and he's like banging on us about, oh, the stuff breaks really easy. And I'm like, why are you spinning it? Pinch the damn thing, slide it on and twist it once. What are you doing, bro? You're killing, I like you, but you're killing me. Who plays golf? Anybody? Right here, right here. These wedges, I'm not even going to talk to you about what a great wedge they are. I'm going to talk to you about what a great golf tool they are. Golf tool number 1. I'm smoking a cigar. I place that in the ground. I place my cigar on top of that. I get up to take my shot. Right? Doesn't touch the ground with the fertilizer. Because by the 3rd or 4th hole, I start thinking, how much fertilizer have they put on this grass? And I'm smoking that right there. And number 2. 8 o'clock in the morning, it's a beautiful morning. It's your second shot. You're 20 feet from the green. You brought your putter and your wedge. What do you do with your putter? There's dew everywhere. You don't want to get the putter handle wet. No, you put that down. I lay my putter handle right across there. I hit my wedge shot up onto the green, pick it up, put it in my pocket, and off I go. You can take one of these when I'm done here, man. Make sure you come and get the new MAPEI wedge, golf wedge saver right here. Do I have heat mats? Yes, I do. Where do I live? I already told you. Anybody? Florida. Do I need a heated floor in Florida? Does my wife think I need a heated floor in Florida? Yes, because at night we turn the air conditioner down, and then she says her feet are cold in the morning when she's putting her makeup on, and so now I have to remodel the whole bathroom, rip out what I've done, remodel the bathroom to put a heat mat in front of the sink where my wife puts her makeup on. So while she's doing that, by the way, I'm going to take a pedestal, because I have a sunken shower, and I'm going to put a pedestal in the shower, and I'm going to continue to floor from the flat transitioning right into the shower. You're not going to see any elevation change whatsoever. I'm just not going to grout inside the shower, and the water's just going to disappear. You're not going to see a drain. You're not going to see anything. I'm just going to disappear between there. Heat mats. I have heat mats. I have MAPEI heat, MAPEI membrane. I have a bunch of different versions of it. So this one right here, we're placing the wire. Depending upon how hot I want the floor to get will determine the spacing on the wire. So this is every 2, here, hold this up. 2 rows, 3 rows, 2 rows, 2 rows. So 2, 3, that's 1 spacing. That'll give me 12 watts of heat. This will give me 15 watts of heat, and a 3-3 will give me 10 watts of heat. My lovely wife Nancy's going to get a 3-3. She's getting 10 watts of heat for those feet of hers, because who wants a wife with cold feet? Nobody. MAPEI board. I'm going to build a shower. I need a waterproof membrane. So, we now have board, lightweight foam, recycled plastic. Yes, it's 100% waterproof until I poke a hole in it. The board's waterproof, the system's not waterproof. So no matter what I do with the board, you still have to waterproof the system. You punch a hole in it, you gotta waterproof it because water will get through there, through the backside, and go God knows where. At your seams, I'm gonna need to waterproof those. It comes in 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 5/8, 1 inch and 2 inch. It comes in the 1/2 inch and the 5/8 comes in a 4x8 sheets and 3x5 sheets. The rest of them just come in 3x5s. Again, lightweight, easy to use. Do I need a washer to put this on the wall, Dario? On the ceiling, yes. On the walls, no. Just a regular screw. Just a regular screw. Because of the density of the board. Do I have a minimum tile size that I can put on top of here? No. I don't. Because of the density of the board. High density, solid board, lightweight, all the way up to 2 inches. What do we got? We got shower system. So we put the board up. We also have, while he's doing that, we got drains. Really quickly, ABS and PVC. This is PVC, the ABS is black. On the drain system itself, it has a mounted piece of fabric. That's there so when I put the finished fabric on top of the drain, I have something to mount it to instead of me trying to make mortar stick to PVC, which it doesn't do very well. So that's why we put that there. This is a spacer. This spacer goes in before we put in the drain, which is where? Before we put in the drain, the spacer goes in there, and what it does is it allows me to go with 1x1s across here. If I didn't have this, yeah, the whole thing. If I didn't have that, then I wouldn't be able, if I put a 1x1 tile, a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch tile in there, and I didn't have this spacer, I would have more mud underneath here inside the ring than I would around the perimeter. It would shrink up more and pull that thing down, and you would have a little ramp, and then we would have an issue. We'd be losing water around it instead of over it. So what we want to do is by putting this piece in, it allows me to put this in, and now I transfer right to it. Now, here's the other thing. Because a plumber puts this thing in originally in most cases, I have 1/2 inch flexibility in direction because they don't necessarily understand the concept of level, square, and plumb. So I can go in there, I can put this in, and I have a 1/2 inch to play with and get that thing lined up because I understand the concept of level, square, and plumb, and I'm a bit OCD about things being centered. And so I can help center that. Push come to shove, if I need to, I can insert a shim to go ahead and tip the thing because if he got, technical term, if he got wonky with it, then I can go ahead and shim this thing up and it comes with shims. All of this comes as a kit. Look, MAPEI knows we're not the first ones to come out with this. We're not even the 100th one to come out with this. But what we wanted to do was come out with one that worked and covered all the problems that we encounter from all the other ones. So we tried to go ahead and address that. If I'm going over plywood, I mount this down with a screw. If I'm going over a mud bed, I can mud bed over underneath that. I put this down first, I go underneath that. I have shims that lock it in on the sides. We're good. Right now, 3 drain covers, a stainless, a matte finish, and a black. More are coming because the world needs like 240 different colors of drain strainers. Also, one of the key things is we have a, oh, I don't see it here. We have a hair catcher. There it is. Not for me, my hair's not long enough to worry about, but for my lovely wife, we have a hair catcher that built in there. Comes out. While that car is spinning, Dario, if you would please. Earlier, we grouted with Ultracolor Plus FA. I tell everybody all the time, clean it, get the grout joints where you want them, and then any haze that develops on there, let it go. Let it dry, and you come back with a dry rag and you buff it off. If I keep putting water on there, I keep washing the flavor out of there. Now, I know this is hard to do. You know, and Mrs. Smith's gonna go, look, you left it a mess. This is horrible. No, this is the way you should do it. That way you don't overwater the thing. Every time I put water in there, what's coming off? The cement's not coming off anymore, I can tell you that. It's already formed and locked in. Color, that's what you're washing out. The thing that she pays for. There's only two things the customer sees, the top of the tile and the grout. They don't see the waterproof membrane. They don't see all of this drain stuff. They don't see any of that. They see the top of the tile and the grout. And they spend 6 days trying to decide the color of the grout. It's like the fate of the free world is resting on that decision. However, if a cementitious grout is just too much, you just can't take that risk, we have Flex Color CQ, which is a ready-to-use grout. I open up the bucket, I put it on there. It's a clear acrylic, there's a color-coded quartz in there, and that color is always going to be spot on, no matter what, because the color's not established by pigment, it's established by a little tiny marble that's inside of there that makes the color. I have a fish tank, I fill it up with blue marbles, and then I put water in there. The water looks blue. The water's not blue, the water's clear. You're looking through the clear and you're seeing the blue. That's the same thing with Flex Color CQ. Whatever color it looks, you're looking through the clear and you're seeing the color. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the super demo. Before I go, one last thing. I see a lot of new young faces in the crowd. This warms my heart. We need to keep recruiting. We need to keep making sure that we entice other people with a little bit of a creative mind that don't mind working a little bit and really don't mind having a lot of money in their pocket. We need to go ahead and entice them. Good installers make good money in this country. Good installers do good work. You get really good jobs. You can call your own shots. You can set up your own business. You don't have to answer to someone else. You can do it your way. But we need to recruit. Not all of them are going to work out, but we at least got to give them a try. You'll be surprised the ones that do. I want to thank everybody for listening. Go out, make money. Be proud of the work you're doing. I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud to be part of this business. I'm proud to be a part of this. We take ugly floors, we make them look gorgeous, and we get to soak that in for about 15 minutes, and then we're off to the next job. Make money. Thank you very much.